All right, from The Guardian from Friday, November 21st, the FBI secretly monitored a private signal chat used by immigrants' rights activists who were organizing courtwatch efforts in New York, according to documents obtained by The Guardian. The group chat was used to organize volunteers who observe proceedings in federal immigration courts already criticized for violating due process rights. The FBI and the New York Police Department delivered a report that characterized the group as, quote, anarchist, violent extremist actors, end quote. Signal is end-to-end encrypted. One of the only ways to gain access if you're the FBI is to have an informant, basically. If you remember, the Department of War Signal fiasco that happened this year only happened because a journalist was accidentally invited to the Signal chat and could see the messages. In this case, the FBI described that they had a, quote, sensitive source with excellent access, end quote, to the chats. They claim that the activists in the group were coordinating on how to gather information on ICE agents, like their badge numbers, license plates, videos and photos of their faces. They talked about strategies on how to sit in on court hearings. The FBI also said that the activists told protesters to use violence against law enforcement. There haven't been many stories that I've seen this year of protesters using violence against ICE agents or police yet. At least there haven't been widely distributed videos, right, that have come out to show that sort of thing. But there are plenty of videos of law enforcement, state police, police officers, ICE agents using violence against protesters. So much so as to warrant an injunction filed against Bovino and ICE just last month. You can see that a memo they created did not provide any details about the calls to violence or why the FBI said that they're anarchist violent extremists. Quote, the memo did not provide any further details about the individual or their alleged past calls for violence and offered no specifics or evidence to explain why the FBI characterized them as anarchist violent extremists. The court watch efforts have been nonviolent, and the FBI did not respond to an inquiry seeking specific examples of violence and did not answer questions about whether law enforcement had ongoing access to the private group, end quote. Civil liberties expert Spencer Reynolds argued the FBI report fits a broader pattern of the government criminalizing protected speech and activism. He compared the FBI's current surveillance to the Bureau's historical abuses, for example, infiltrating the civil rights movement and spying on Muslim communities after 9/11. If you're not familiar with the program COINTELPRO, this is from Wikipedia. You can see it was a government program that ran for 15 years starting in 1956. They surveilled, infiltrated, and discredited political parties and organizations like the Communist Party of the USA, anti-Vietnam War organizers, civil rights activists, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Assata Shakur, who just passed away recently. It says FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover issued directives governing COINTELPRO, ordering FBI agents to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, and otherwise neutralize the activities of these movements and especially their leaders. A story from 2014 from Electronic Frontier Foundation is about a suicide letter they sent to Martin Luther King Jr. Quote, the anonymous letter was the result of the FBI's comprehensive surveillance and harassment strategy against Dr. King, which included bugging his hotel rooms, photographic surveillance, and physical observation of King's movements by FBI agents. The agency also attempted to break up his marriage by sending selectively edited personal moments he shared with friends and women to his wife. So you can see that they tried to break up his marriage and expose him. Essentially, they threatened him with cancellation. They alluded to him that a good way out would be to commit suicide, trying to coerce him into it. Quote, King, there's only one thing left for you to do. You know what it is. You have just 34 days in which to do it. This exact number has been selected for a specific reason. It has definite practical significance. You are done. There is but one way out for you. You better take it before your filthy, abnormal, fraudulent self is bared to the nation, end quote. Anyway, there is a long story of the FBI spying on various groups of interest to the White House. Is this White House any different? Are they more interested in using force and surveillance to gain and maintain control? If the FBI is monitoring court watch activists, are they also monitoring groups like Democratic Socialists? anti-fascist groups, groups connected to No Kings protests. This is only one report that came out detailing FBI surveillance activity related to ICE watchdog groups in New York City. How much is yet to come out of Chicago, out of Charlotte, out of LA? We will see. All right, that's all. Thanks.